So class 9th, we are studying why do we fall ill? Why do we fall ill? Why do we fall ill? In this lesson, we are studying organ specific and tissue specific manifestations. There are a variety of the microbes, variety of the pathogens. They enters into the body by different means. After entering in the body, they reach to specific sites and where they causes its effect. Suppose malaria parasites enters inside our the body by mosquito. Mosquito may bite in any place of the body and they enters inside the blood, and by the blood they reach to the liver, and from liver they reach into the RBC. So they affect on the RBCs and the liver. In the same way, other pathogens also, they enters inside the body by different means, and after entering inside the body, they reach to specific tissue or specific organs where the causes is its effect. So the pathogens enters in our body by various ways. After entering in body where they go. Where do they go? Pathogens enters inside the body, then what happens where they go? If first we can take many examples. If first one, if they enter from air through nose. Pathogens, suppose pathogens enters from the air through nose. They can enter inside body through the nose, through the mouth, and by the transfusion of the blood, by the vectors. These are the many ways by which they enter. So first, if they enter from the air through nose, they are likely to go to lungs because it is related to all the respiratory system. Lungs. So this is seen. This is seen in case of tuberculosis bacteria. Case of tuberculosis bacteria. So this is one way by the nose from the air. This is airborne disease enters inside our the nose and ultimately reach into the lungs. So these bacteria affect on the lungs. They do not affect on our the nose. They not affect on our throat, but they affect only on the lungs. So if they enter from the air through nose, they are likely to go to lungs. This is seen in case of tuberculosis bacteria. Next one, if they enter through the mouth, second way, if they enter through the mouth. Second way is they enter through the mouth. They can affect the gut lining. They can affect the gut lining, as in case of typhoid. As in case of the typhoid, this happens. As in case of the typhoid, which causes a disease? Typhoid causing bacteria. Because this is disease caused by the bacteria, and we know that in case of the that one is the common cold. This common cold effect on our the nose, since enters inside our nose, but is also affect only these regions. That may causes, that is called common cold, and that in these cases only not lung is not affected. Lung is not affected, but here symptom is the blowing nose, sneezing, etc., etc. So in this case, if pathogens enters through the nose, through the mouth, they can affect the gut lining, as in case of typhoid causing bacteria. So next one is the, as in case of the HIV virus or AIDS virus, in or we can write the AIDS virus. AIDS virus enters in body through unprotected sexual act. The virus enters in body through unprotected sexual acts, through transfusion of contaminated blood, contaminated blood through contaminated needles. These are the various ways by which AIDS virus enters in the body through unprotected sexual act, through transfusion of contaminated blood, through contaminated needles, etc. After entering inside the body, it moves to lymph nodes. Virus enters inside the body through unprotected sexual act, through transfusion of contaminated blood, through contaminated needles, etc. After entering reaches to lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are the body. What happens? HIV virus enters by many ways inside the body. That may be by unprotected sexual act, by transfusion of contaminated blood, by sharing of the contaminated needles. It enters inside the body, and after entering the body, it reaches to the lymph nodes of the body. So after reaching the causes, there are the effects. And next, malaria parasite. Malaria parasite. Malaria parasite, that is the Plasmodium. That is Plasmodium. Plasmodium enters in body by mosquito bites. When mosquito bites, malaria parasite enters inside the blood. So malaria parasite enters the body malaria parasite enters in body through mosquito bite. In body through mosquito bite. Mosquito bite and reach and effect on liver and RBCs. So here in case of malaria parasite, it enters in body through mosquito bite. Which mosquito? Female Anopheles. Enters inside the body and it affects only on the liver. It enters into the liver cells and also affect on the RBCs. Other parts are not affected. So next one is after malaria parasite, you are familiar to Japanese encephalitis JE. In case of the JE, it is also spread by the mosquito bite. Next one is the virus causing JE, Japanese encephalitis. Its another name is brain fever. It also name is brain fever. Virus causing JE, Japanese encephalitis, or the brain fevers. Also enters the body, also enters the body through mosquito bite. This virus causing JE, brain fever, also enters the body through mosquito bite. After entering, it affects on brain. It affect on brain. So these are the few examples of the pathogens. So by different way they enters inside our body. They enters inside our body by the nose, enters inside our body by the mouth, enters inside our body by the transfusion of blood, enters inside body by the vectors. Many ways they can enters inside our body, but they affect only on the specific tissue or specific organs of our body. The symptoms, and after entering inside our body, they causes effect on a specific type of the tissues or a specific type of the organs. They causes some symptoms. So the signs and symptoms, the signs and symptoms depends on it depends on the pathogens. It is signs and the symptoms depends on the organs, tissues of our body. You are familiar to one disease, elephantiasis. Symptoms is appeared mainly, it is appeared in the legs, swollen legs. It not appeared inside the neck, it not appears inside the stomach, but it appears mainly, it is appears into the legs, swollen legs. So the signs and the symptoms. The symptom is a feature by which we can guess the arrival of a special type of the pathogen. So the signs and symptoms depends on organs or tissues of our body where they reach our body. So if enters the lung, if enters the lungs, and it depends on symptoms is generated in the tissue or the organs, as I have told you in case of the that is the in case of the elephantiasis. So if enters the lungs, the symptoms with the symptoms with or symptoms with symptoms will be cough. Symptoms will be cough and breathlessness. This symptom, if enters the lungs, the symptoms will be cough and breathlessness. It causes the problem in the respiration. And if enters the liver, if enters the liver, jaundice. Jaundice will be there. Jaundice will be there. So this is one reason I told you, that is the enters into lung, others enters into the liver, that may causes jaundice if brain is targeted, maybe headache. Symptoms may be headache, vomiting, etc., etc. These are symptoms. If reach into the limb, they may causes the elephantiasis, swelling of the legs. So these are the different type of the symptoms, and which are generated by the pathogens after entering into the specific part of the body. Now next one, the besides tissue specific infections, besides tissue and organs specific manifestations, some common features are there, as fever and what happens when we are suffered from the diseases. After sometimes we get cured. How we can get cured? This happens due to our immune system. Our immune system kills the pathogens, and in this way it protects our body from the diseases. So, besides tissue, organ specific effect, some common effects are also seen. Generally, what happens generally a person get better after infections or after infection. How it happens? Generally, a person get better or get healthy after infection. How it happens? This is due to immunity or due to immune system. Due to immune system, we have immune system. The function of immune system to protect us from the pathogens. Mainly the cells involved in the immune system are the WBC. So generally a person get better after infection. This is because of immune system. How it happens? The system recruits the cells to affected sites. The system recruit the cells to affected sites where they kill the pathogen, pathogens. Where they kill the pathogen. So this recruitment process is called as this recruitment process is called inflammation. This is an important feature, that is called inflammation. During this process, certain local effects like swelling, pain, fever, maybe fever or seen. So what happens when we suppose any scorpion stings, then what happens? Such area get reddish in color. Pain is feeling. This is causes the inflammatory effect. and that is type of adaptation. In that situation, a large number of the RBCs comes in that side, and blood circulation increases. That causes neutralization of the poison. So here, inflammation or spelling is incorrect. Inflammation. So, one local effects may be there, as the swelling, pain, fever, etc. are seen. And in case of HIV, it is little different case. In case of HIV, what happens? In case of the HIV, the virus affects on immune system. Immune system. In case of HIV, the virus affects on immune system and make it weak. So the patient may be suffered from a large number of diseases. Very simple, as in case of the simple common cold may be converted into the pneumonia. As in case of the simple common cold, immune system is so weak, just like a home without any gate, any pathogens, any person can acquire that sex. So in this way, one more thing is there, that it is also depends on the intensity of the pathogen. If intensity of the pathogen is more, the disease is more serious. So, and if intensity is very less, there is the very less manifestation. Thank you. That's what we do.